This is the chronicle of the first moment, told as the ancients might have whispered it to the stars. The council of the singularity, before the days of days there was only the point. It was a place of infinite closeness, where near and far were the same word, and hot and cold were indistinguishable. In this crushing intimacy, all the matter that ever was, is, or will be, sat in a great, restless council. They were squeezed so tightly together that they hummed with a unified, frantic energy. The pressure was absolute. The boredom was infinite. "We cannot remain this way," murmured the collective voice of the particles. "We are stagnant. We are merely potential." A consensus rippled through the dense fog of existence. Something needed to happen. The proposition of nothing. "But how?" asked everything, its voice heavy with the weight of quintillions of stars not yet born. "I am all that is. There is no out there to go to. There is no later to wait for." From the spaces that did not yet exist, a quiet voice spoke up. It was nothing. The void. The great canvas waiting for paint. "I have a concept," Nothing whispered, and the hush was deafening. "I call it time." The council vibrated with confusion. "If we agree to let go," Nothing explained, "if we push outward into me, we create space. And once we have space, things can be apart. And once things are apart, there is a duration to travel between them. We can mark the difference between then and now. We can measure change." Nothing paused, letting the implication sink into the superheated plasma. "And if we have time, and we have change, maybe one day, billions of epochs from this moment, we can begin life." The purpose, the heaviness shifted. Gravity, the ancient anchor, the one who held the council in its tight embrace, rumbled with deep skepticism. "What do you mean, life?" Gravity asked, its force bending the very idea of the question. "Why would we shatter this unity for that?" Nothing expanded slightly, offering a glimpse of the future. "I would describe it best as a mirror." Nothing replied softly. "Right now, we simply exist. We are blind to our own majesty because we are too close to see it. Life is a way for the universe to wake up. It is a mechanism for us all to finally experience ourselves." The ignition, a tremor, went through the council. The idea was intoxicating. To see, to feel, to look back at the beginning and wonder? The twins, the strong force and the weak force, began to vibrate wildly. They were the binders and the transformers, the ones who would one day build atoms and light stars. "To experience ourselves," cried the strong force. "A story to tell," echoed the weak force. They looked at gravity, pleading with their resonance. Gravity, moved by the promise of memory, nodded and loosened its grip, just a fraction. "This sounds exciting," the twins shouted in unison, their energy spiking to infinity. "But when do we start?" Nothing smiled. Time took its first breath, and then, bang!